Andreas, a tough one to take tonight against Leicester Riders. How do you sum that one up?
Well, certainly there is a feeling of regret of what could have been if we had turned up in the first quarter and we played the way we did in the next three quarters. We put ourselves in a big hole in the first quarter, and we were able to steady the ship in the second. We had some really good moments of good defensive basketball, and we started finding rhythm. Unfortunately, it happened too late for us. We lost the first quarter by 17, and then overall the game by 16. So we won the next three quarters by 1 point. We've got to learn from this, and we've got to understand at the end of the day who we want to be, what our identity is, and what we have to do all the time in practice every day for us to improve. And it's a missed opportunity today.
I mean, you guys had 13 points in the opening half and just 52 on the night. It's your lowest points tally since joining the BBL. It just looked like on offense you just couldn't get anything going out there tonight.
I think it was particularly in the first quarter. I think Leicester are a very physical team. They have obviously the European experience and they have a lot of talent depth. They're able to rotate bodies. But they came out and they were physical, and we were not in the right spots. Our spacing and timing was off. And that carried over on the defensive end as well, because we were not connecting on the offensive end. So also on the defensive end there were a lot of breakdowns. So it was a two-way type of thing. But I think as the game went on, we got confidence through our defense and we were able to execute better on the offensive end as well. But as you say, you need to, when you play a team like Leicester, they will punish you. And what they did is they were very professional about how they went about it, and they were able to build a big lead in that first quarter. And it was always going to be very difficult to come back from it. You have liked to see that game. Maybe that first quarter, if you had single digits difference kind of thing, you can make a run and come back to it later in the game. But unfortunately, we put ourselves in a massive hole, and it was very difficult to come back from it.
Look at the defensive end. I mean, you held a team like Leicester Riders to under 70 points, and usually that's kind of what wins games for your side. So, I mean, some positives to take from that defensive performance.
Oh, of course. And quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, I thought our defense were very much connected. Guys were anticipating plays. Our levels of communication were high. On and off the ball positioning was good. And we know we can be a good defensive team. It's just making sure we apply what we have to do all the time. And I think, like basketball, I think teams sometimes, you cannot break down the game offense and defense. Everything has a bit of a continuity. If your offense is not very much connecting, that translates sometimes on your defense as well. So it's a two-way thing, and you've got to be able to execute on both ends of the court. And as you say, we kept a team like Leicester below 70. There's not a lot of teams that can do it, especially when they had a 24-point first quarter. So that's positive in terms of what we did in quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. However, it would have been great if we had been able to bring that type of intensity and concentration on our defense earlier in the game. And, I go back to what I said at the start. There is a feeling of disappointment and regret because it could have been a different game.
Big doubleheader next weekend against Worcester Wolves and Cheshire Phoenix. What needs to be done in practice this week ahead of those two games?
Just make sure every day we make it count. It's got to be a challenging weekend, one home, one away. We just got to make sure we prepare well. Practice have to be good, pay attention to detail, and I think we've learned a lot today. I think that has been a valuable lesson for us. And what we want to do now is don't even think too far ahead. Just make sure we take care of things at home first of all. Come out and put a big performance against Worcester, and then we'll deal with Sunday after that. So just pay attention to detail, commitment to Flyers basketball, and just get ready for the weekend.